Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm joined by Jeff Coslin, CTO at Apple. Hi, Jeff.
How you doing, Colleen?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Today, we wanted to talk a little bit about phone connectivity and specifically iCommunicate. What's iCommunicate?
So iCommunicate is our voice over IP solution. Voice over IP leverages hardware and software to use the internet as the transmission medium, as opposed to legacy type phone systems, which were all hardwired with copper into a central hardware unit, and you were tied to the specific building. iCommunicate allows us, being a voice over IP solution, allows us to use mobility clients. So we can take your office phone number and be able to leverage that on laptops, computers, or other mobile devices. So it makes your business phone a more of a mobile device.
That's great. So rather than having to be at a desk plugged into a wall, you can really take a phone call anywhere you have internet.
Absolutely. And this has actually really been beneficial for our customers, our current customers during this crisis. They've been able to leverage their phone numbers as well as their phones themselves from home and remote working locations. So it's really saved them a lot of time and effort. And we were able to make them up and running in a very short period of time, if not without any of our intervention at all.
That's amazing. It's great. It's so important to be able to be mobile, whether or not we're in a global crisis. You need to run home and spend the day at home with a sick child. You can do that with this type of functionality.
Absolutely. And I think more work from remote, work from home, work from different locations, not just during this, as you said, but I think that's going to be kind of more the normal, as opposed to always coming back to that same office every day to do your work. You're right. You have to take care of a child. You have to take care of a spouse. There's a lot of reasons why you'll need to work from home or different locations.
Right. And there's other VoIP providers out there. People are more and more, it's becoming more common, being able to take phone calls. What makes communicate different than anybody else that's out there?
Yeah, I'll be honest, we're not the only voice over IP solution out there, but what makes ours different is we can leverage encryption for your phone calls, which is one of the main primary benefits. Also, our mobility apps that allow you to actually move from different devices and carry that phone number across.
So encryption, what does that mean to me? Why is that important?
What encryption is going to allow you to do is from your handset to your cloud, you're actually going to be encrypting that whole conversation, your whole communication stream. Why would that be important? Well, for compliancy reasons, that's going to be really important. The healthcare industry has to follow certain HIPAA compliancy that actually states what information is being told and who could hear that or who could see that. So that electronic personal health information needs to be secured. So if somebody is talking, a medical office, an example, would be talking to a patient, that information would be encrypted over the internet. So it's a voice over IP solution that leverages the internet, but that information is then going to be encrypted.
It sounds like that would also be something that would be beneficial to say anywhere privacy is important. Law offices, as an example. Anytime you're talking about banking or collections, those sound like other applications where that would be really critical.
It would be. And PCI compliancy, where you're actually taking people's credit card information and making sure that's secure. This way it'll leverage that communication, anything that's brought over that phone, to be encrypted as well.
And I understand that one of the functions of iCommunicate is that you can record conversations, which is really great for business, whether you're training a new employee at your business or whether you need to go back from a customer service perspective and review a client conversation. Now, if you're recording conversations, you have the option to remove that recording when you're talking about sensitive information like this.
Absolutely. The iCommunicate G3 platform allows you just to have that person hit a hotkey on their phone. It's just a combination of two keys or a single key that would actually stop anything from being recorded. So if they needed to get credit card information or talk about somebody's EPHI at that point, they could block that from being stored in any computer and then re-enable that as the rest of the call goes on.
That's so you can do it on the fly and it's an on-off switch essentially.
Correct.
Yeah, very easy, very user-friendly.
Yes, it is.
So what other applications, what other features would you say of the iCommunicate, in addition to the encryption, are there other things that would be really valuable to our customers?
The mobility client's another big thing. To be able to take your office phone and be able to receive that right on your mobile phone. Used to call them PDAs, but your mobile phone. So now seamlessly, your phone in your office would be ringing, but also your cell phone could be ringing too as well. So if you did take that important phone call and you happen to be out at a lunch or golf course or whatever before you're going into another meeting, you could still pull that up and it looks like you're just answering your office phone. You're always going to be there. So the mobility client is probably one of the more popular new additions to the iCommunicate family.
In the encryption, does your phone call stay encrypted when you switch from the VoIP over to your mobile client?
It'll stay encrypted to the cloud, and then once it moves over to your mobile client as far as your phone, if it stays on your phone with the mobility client, it'll be encrypted all the way through that mobility application. If it moves right off and it's forwarded to a cell phone, and then now your encryption is going to be handled by your mobile phone carrier at that point.
I see. So that's already built into that function as well.
Correct.
Nice. This is very unique to iCommunicate. Is there an extra fee for this encryption service?
There is not an extra fee. This is all part of the iCommunicate G3 family.
That's amazing. That's a huge advantage over anything else that's out there. And if it's included at the same price, that's just outstanding. What a value, really.
It really is. And really excited about the new G3 platform. We moved up from our G2 and we've found options with our new feature set, which I think are really popular with our clients. So I'm excited. The customers have been really excited as well.
That's great. And we have had some good feedback, particularly to your point, with the mobility and the flexibility of the tool. Adding a feature onto that, it just makes it second to none, I think.
Right. In voice solutions, the voice over IP it benefits companies in a lot of ways. We differentiate ourselves, the encryption, the mobility client, the iEvolve services, that we come with, as far as a Western New York locally owned company. But, the other voice over IP solutions, they're really there to help companies that have multiple locations and work from home situations. And iCommunicate G3 fits all that. It makes it easy to manage, as well as easy to set up and change over from old phone systems as well.
The flexibility is incredible. So if you're liking what you're hearing and you want to learn more, I have provided a phone number and a link in the notes. Please feel free to click or just comment as quickly as we can. Jeff, thanks for spending some time today to talk about iCommunicate. I think it's great, and I can't wait to see how it affects us in the future.
Great. Thank you, Colleen.
Have a good day.
You too.